station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
BCP Radio.
You're listening to one of the best internet radio stations around.
Hey guys, your girl Toby Gray, aka Supersonic Queen, aka Queen Gravy, and right now you are listening to BCP Radio. Do not go nowhere, cause Queen Gravy says so. Ne touchez pas la télécommande à distance. Mwah.
When your burning desire to succeed exceeds the gripping fear of the blockades, the obstacles, or the impediments you encounter in your adventure, then the likelihood or probability of your success is higher than failure. You need an overdose of the tablets called persistence, resilience, and tenacity, swallowed with a large quantity of the water of self-confidence. This is the Backstage Story Show, and I am Demola Sanyaolu, welcoming you to another exciting episode of this show on BCP Radio, where innovation meets everything else. Today on the Backstage Story Show, we won't let you down. We won't rest on our oars, and we have upped our game. Don't go anywhere. Backstage Story Show continues in a moment. I'll be right back.
Hey guys, your girl Toby Gray, aka Supersonic Queen, aka Queen Gravy, and right now you are listening to BCP Radio. Do not go nowhere, cause Queen Gravy says so. Ne touchez pas la télécommande à distance. Mwah.
Bad difference, sir. All these fine babes who are hitting, sir. My regards to your wife and your children.
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
BCP Radio.
Welcome back. This is the Backstage Story Show, and as always, I am Demola Sanyaolu, and today on a very serious note, I have a legal luminary, legal practitioner here. Today we'll be talking about Nigeria and the law, Nigerians and the law, how to use the law to your advantage. We're going to be talking about the law. There seems to be so much lawlessness, or there seems to be a lot of perversion of justice. How do you use the law to your advantage? How do you prevent defaulting the law? We have a special guest today, a legal luminary, learned lawyer, and he's been practicing for quite a while. He will introduce himself. I have Barrister Oladapo Olawale Quadri with me. And remember, to join this discussion from any corner of the globe, the numbers to call is +234 817 698 2510 +234 817 698 2510. Barrister Oladapo Olawale Quadri, nice to have you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being here.
All right, now our listening audience would like to know exactly who you are. What do you have to say about yourself to the listening audience, so that they know that yes, we're talking to a legal luminary and you have what it takes?
Yeah, just like you said, my name is Oladapo Olawale Quadri. I'm a legal practitioner in Lagos, precisely Ikeja. So I deal in all aspects of law.
All aspects of law.
Very well.
All right. Now we're talking about Nigerians and the law. There seems to be a very low level of awareness, or there seems to be an apathy between the Nigerians and lawyers. People seem not to trust lawyers, as it were. Why? Because some school of thought see lawyers as the main perverters, let me use that word, of justice. A guy steals 50 naira loaf of bread and is sent to jail for 5 years, while somebody else steals the pension of a group of people, like 42 billion, and is asked to pay 150,000 naira. We're going to get to that level, but give us a brief history about your law career.
Yeah, very well. I went to law school. Of course, before you can be a legal practitioner, you have to go to law school. So, and I've been into active litigation both criminal and civil matters. So.
All right.
Yes.
Have you dealt with what cases have you been able to deal with, or in general in the Nigerian society? What cases would you say are common? As it criminal cases or
civil cases? We have two aspects of cases: civil and criminal cases as well.
Okay.
So civil cases regulate inter-behavioral activities between individuals and even corporate organizations as well. It has to do with maybe contracts and all other transactions.
Okay.
So the criminal cases has to do with criminal matters that regulate crime and what have you.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, from your own observation, what aspect of that would you say is a common thing in the Nigerian society? Is it the civil or the criminal?
It depends. Civil aspect of the law, just like I said earlier, regulate interactions, transactions.
Okay.
Then the criminal aspect of it to regulate societies as well.
Okay.
What to do in the societies and what not to do in the societies too.
Okay.
So it all boil down to facts.
Okay.
Each facts. So facts will actually, dictate whether it's civil or whether it's criminal as well.
All right. Now, there is an apathy between Nigerians and lawyers.
Yeah, very well.
Some school of thought see lawyers, the moment they hear there's a lawyer around, they feel uncomfortable. Why does it take forever to bring criminals, top criminals, let me use that word, top criminals to justice, while it takes a minuscule of a second to bring lower criminals to justice?
Just like I have actually came to terms with, you see, we Nigerians, we are so restive when it comes to law. We find it very hard to adhere to law. I'll give an example. You see, it's a criminal offense as far as Lagos State is concerned for cyclists to pile a particular route. But it's a common place now. You step out, you see cyclists, even going to the extent of facing oncoming vehicle. And even the tricycles as well. You see, it's just we prefer it's even a thing of prestige for quote unquote big men in Nigeria to fall short. fall foul of the law. So it's all about our attitude to the law.
Okay.
There are laws in this country, but we don't seem to observe it or obey laws.
Would you, in your own point of view as a legal practitioner, would you say that the judiciary arm of the government is not doing enough, number one, to enlighten the public about their rights and how to prevent falling foul of the law?
Yeah, it's not the judiciary that enlightens.
Okay.
The law, whether is not an excuse. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Whether this is
right or not,
right or wrong, you are meant to obey the law. You're meant to obey the law. So you cannot, if you've been apprehended, let's say criminal matters, if you've been arrested, you can't come to court or go to court and say, yes, I don't know it's the law of the land. So you're meant to know.
All right. We'll come back. Let's take a break. We're going to talk about adjournments. Why does it take forever? Why the adjournments? Why do lawyers, when the society deems someone or they give the person a social media judgment, okay, and it is perceived that this person is corrupt, why does adjournment seem to frustrate cases? We'll come back to that after this short break. Don't go anywhere. This is the Backstage Story Show, and we are on BCP Radio, where innovation meets everything else. Don't go anywhere.
Station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. BCP Radio.
You're listening to one of the best internet radio stations around.
I
name is Barrister. They know me as the Barrister. From JJC for one night squad to more hits. The love was crazy, even Jenna can say it. Story like Two-Face, nobody owns it.
Station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. BCP Radio.
You're listening to one of the best internet radio stations around.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
BCP Radio, where innovation meets everything else.
Welcome back. That was a sizzling hot track by the band. It's not a lie, and it's not a lie. So many things happen that we wonder how would it go. It's not a lie. I still have my special guest with me, Barrister Oladapo Olawale Quadri, and we're talking Nigerians and the law, how to use the law to your advantage. Before we went on that break, I tried to talk about adjournments. It's still about the law and Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians believe that lawyers use adjournments to scuttle cases that should have been proven guilty. What's your take on this as a lawyer?
Let me put it correctly. Not a case that should have been proven guilty.
Okay.
Really. So many facts could culminate into lawyers getting adjournment severally.
Okay.
It all depends on the fact of which cases. Lawyers could go to court and discover maybe after maybe before sitting that the judge might not be in attendance, so that could actually occasion adjournment.
Okay.
Then, in addition to that, or aside that, maybe as a result of one defect in court,
Okay.
Could actually lead to lawyers seeking adjournments to regularize any court processes.
Okay.
So it depends on the fact of each case anyway.
All right. Now let's come to the crux of the matter today. Nigerians and the law. You said it is not the duty of the judiciary to enlighten people, but in Nigeria, every arm of government has a duty to protect the Constitution. That is the first thing, right? All right. Now, as a lawyer, as a legal practitioner, and in that field, what do you think, from your own point of view, that lawyers need to do more of to help Nigerians or to expedite court processes?
There's so much to be done. It's I just like I said earlier, Nigeria is a peculiar country whereby some know actually the position of the law, but they just prefer to do otherwise. You can imagine. I'll give you an example. Police officer, facing oncoming vehicle. These are supposed to be the custodians, and they're supposed to apprehend offenders, but you see them breaking laws. So you see, it's such a very peculiar circumstances. And
when is it peculiar?
Honestly, as a legal practitioner with experience, I tend to do a bit of mine, but be as it may, the law is the law. It's divorce of emotion, and whether it goes well with you, you just have to obey it.
All right.
That's just positions.
All right. Now, Nigerians, let's call them common Nigerians, people that do not have the wherewithal to employ the services of a lawyer, although we understand that there are some free legal services, pro bono services that some lawyers render to protect citizens who are not capable, indigents, yes, indigents who cannot defend themselves. As a legal practitioner, how do you think the indigent in the society will benefit more from these services aside that, Nigerians want a legal community that will defend their interests. Why does it take time? We're talking about why does it take time to effect court judgment. You have said so many issues can warrant it, but most of the time we discover that indigent people do not even have lawyers to defend them in court to know whether what they did actually they committed the offense. They just get there and then with the magistrate or the judge, you know.
Let me take your questions one after the other.
Yeah.
Now the issue of whether there's a venue for indigents to redress their alleged infraction. Yeah. We have an Office of the Public Defendant. I give kudos to Lagos State Government for that. Office of the Public Defendants and quite a number of NGOs that take up cases for indigents that willing to correct or redress their wrongs. So quite a number of them, and quite a number of lawyers too, private practitioners that can take up matters on pro bono. Quite a number of them. So it's not as if anybody or any citizens feel aggrieved, he cannot ventilate his or grievances in court. Because the court is accessible to everybody. So that's the point.
All right, my guest today is Barrister Oladapo Olawale Quadri, a legal practitioner in Lagos State, and he says he deals with all parts and all aspects of the law, Nigerians and the law. Let's talk about land matters now. Land matters. What aspect of land matters would you say Nigerians? You in law, no one is above the law. Nobody is ignorant of the law. That's what we assume. But some Nigerians are ignorant of some laws that pertain to land issues. From your own experience, which areas of the land issues would you say most Nigerians are not cognizant of that puts them in a lot of trouble in terms of land matters?
Land matters, there's a recent law that has to do with land grabbers, all these quote unquote moniles. Yeah. And that is the law it's been in existence. It's an instant law. The law was enacted to regulate land transactions, particularly land grabbers, to actually, it actually prohibits all these money stuffs and extortions. So the other aspect of the law that regulate land activities is.
So what you're saying in essence now is, if I buy a plot of land in Lagos, it is illegal for anyone to come, land grabbers to come to my land. It's now illegal.
No.
What does it mean?
No. If you buy a land,
yes,
in Lagos, let me be specific here. If you buy a land in Lagos, it behoves on you to do the needful.
In terms of documentation,
very well. Do the needful so that nobody can challenge your title. So if you do the needful, you go to land registry, land bureau at Alawasa to do the needful, do all the necessary documentations. Of course, you will be rest assured that you have a legal title. So if otherwise Omonile come to encroach on your land, you have a legal right to challenge that. Aside the issue of Omonile, if anybody trespasses on your land, of course you have the legal title to challenge.
One other aspect that a lot of indigent Nigerians, ignorant Nigerians, gullible Nigerians are not aware of is the issue of the police and the citizens. A lot of people do not know why sometimes the police will claim they are doing a stop and search, and then they arrest the wrong people. When you get to a police station as a citizen, what questions are you supposed to ask? What are you supposed to do? Does it mean, would you advise every Nigerian to be affiliated to a lawyer so that when issues of such embarrassment arise, you can call your lawyer. Is that going to be your advice?
Yeah, let me just say this. I think it's more of exposure and literacy that is actually creating this setback, because every Nigerian citizen is entitled to legal counsel of his choice or her choice. So the essence of having a lawyer is to detail you on what is right and what is wrong. And aside the issue of crime and know your rights, is to actually go as far as telling you to tell you the level of your transaction. Otherwise, in civil aspect of it, aside the criminal aspect of it. Let me go back to the issue of police relationship.
Yeah.
The essence of having a legal counsel or having a lawyer is to tell you if any policeman fall foul of the law, fall short of the law, is to actually tell you if you have a right or if you're wrong.
Okay.
So police has the right to do their duty as well.
Yes.
So if in the event you are arrested by any police officer, it doesn't behove on you to resist arrest or to resist any search warrant or any legal document requesting the police officer to.
There should be a legal document,
of course,
before you are searched.
Of course, apart from a legal document, police has the duty. Under the law, it behoves on them to interrogate you.
All right. At any point in time.
Exactly. To give you an idea of why they want to arrest you. So, and it behoves on you as a citizen, a law-abiding citizen, not to resist any arrest.
So, but when you get to the police station, what are you supposed to do? Because right now, at least we have cases of people being unnecessarily arrested and detained more than 24 hours.
Even before you get to any police station, you have to know the reason why you've been invited by any police officer. You have to know the reason, and you have to tell the police officer that you need to inform your lawyer. So those are the fundamental things before you get to the police station.
All right, Barrister Oladapo Olawale Quadri is my guest. We'll take another breather. We'll be right back. This is the Backstage Story Show, and this is BCP Radio, where innovation meets everything else. Remember that you can call +234 817 698 2510, and you can also reach us online at bcpradio.com/radio, facebook.com/Black Carpet Pro. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Mastercraft on 1604 and
You're listening to one of the best internet radio stations around.
Station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. BCP Radio.
I turn to beast, you already know. Him I know now, yellow moon don't get oh now yellow me don't get to yao. Man, I'm
That was Fino and Olamide, Father. This is the Backstage Story Show, and my guest today has been Barrister Oladapo Olawale Quadri. He has been enlightening you on what to do when you are in any condition that has to do with legal matters. Now, we were talking about relationship between the police. We've talked about the police and the citizen. We've talked about the land matters. Now there are issues that have to do with family matters. If a family has a single lawyer and there are issues between the married couple, do they have to approve the same lawyer, or would you say if a husband should have a different lawyer from the wife?
Just like I said earlier on, the issue of having a lawyer is all about the choice. And constitutionally, it's been specified that you have the right to counsel a legal practitioner of your choice. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the position. Is a counsel. You have the right, fundamental right, to a lawyer counsel of your choice.
Of your choice.
So your choice, my choice, might be quite different from my wife's choice.
All right. Today on Backstage Story Show, we've been talking Nigerians and the law, how to use the law to your advantage. And my guest has been Barrister Oladapo Olawale Quadri. We still have so much to talk about, but we will bring him on another exciting episode of Backstage Story. We'll talk more about the law. Thank you so much. What's your final word to Nigerians about the law and what they can do?
Yeah, well, in brevity, just stay out of problem, out of trouble. Don't fall short or don't fall foul.
That's what the lawyer will tell you. Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble. And ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Stay out of trouble. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. My name is Demola Sanyaolu, and until I meet you again on the next exciting episode of the Backstage Story Show on BCP Radio, where innovation meets everything else, I say, do well, keep well, and stay atop your game. Michael Rumaka has been at the console.
I call you if I follow one day you must go. See I come from East the enter street brother you know.
Station with the best music.
I love the music.
BCP Radio.